to the people at home, think outside the box with your band, but don't steal our idea. Playing outside is our f***ing shit, and you can f*** off if you're going to take it.
Everyone, it's Joe from Loudwire, and sitting next to me is Jackson and Ian from the new metal, rap rock band, whatever you want to call it, Silly Goose. You've definitely seen them out there before in a lot of different ways. How you guys doing today?
Good. Thank you so much for having us on.
Of course, super happy.
Doing all right. Today was a fucking blast.
Yeah, you had an early set at Sonic Temple, but definitely going to get the crowd going for all the other bands.
Oh, it was sick. It was this was the biggest show I've played. I think I speak for both of us. This was like the biggest show we've played yet, and the energy was amazing, and people showed out. It was sick.
So there's a pretty interesting story and a long road as to how you got here at Sonic Temple. You've been on some other Wimmerfest before, which we'll get to, but I want to talk about the viral element of the band that started and where you really got the idea to go out and do these guerrilla shows, play in these crazy places, fast food restaurants, and where that all came from.
For sure. Yeah, so like it was kind of an idea that I always had, because like we were just like playing local shows around Atlanta, and like playing empty. I mean, I remember playing shows, and we still play these shows sometimes, and like when we go on tour, but like just playing shows to like family and friends or like 5 people in the room type of thing. And so like we kind of got sick of that, so we were like, fuck that. So we were like, let's just go to where the people are. And so we just like, we weren't getting tour offer, like we didn't have a manager or a label or anything. We're like literally just kids who just got out of high school. So we just started like showing up outside of shows with like our own mobile stage. And then just like we started getting traction around Atlanta that way, and then we started following tours, and that, and then like combined with like some crazy kind of videos on the internet is how we got that guerrilla start.
Yeah, because I mean, the amount of new bands that there are today is just insane. And the question that we see being asked so often, especially to a lot of the veterans in rock and metal, is what advice do you have for younger bands? And, you know, they come from a completely different industry than the ones that you guys are trying to break through in.
Right.
So we want to focus on, like, you know, how does a new band get noticed? And breaking the mold is definitely one of those ways.
Right.
So when you saw the traction picking up, you decided to just kind of really roll in that area and see how far you could push it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw it starting to work, and the first tour that like we ever did that way, I remember we followed Highly Suspect for like a month on tour, and we
I saw a podcast with them talking about it. Like, this is band Silly Goose. It's the craziest thing.
Right. We had my my Tacoma. It was just like a small pickup truck, and there was 6 of us, and we had like 5 people in. Or that was actually a different tour, but. And we'd pack in the Tacoma, and then one tour we had 6 people where like one person would like ride in the bed lying down. So when we first started that tour, we had no money. Like I just put all the gas on my credit card, and then we just sold t-shirts in the street, and then like hoped that we would make the money back. And so I just say like my advice, I guess, would just like be bold and like think outside the box and like put on a good show. Like I don't like watching boring bands. Would be that might be like blunt of me, but I
don't know anyone who's gonna be like, I love boring bands.
Yeah. And there's a few of them.
There's also, like, whether you like it or not, the internet is a tool that exists, and being a band, if you're starting a band in 2025, you must use it to your advantage. That's a given. The advice is finding a way to keep your internet content genuine and not something that's processed and catering towards just clicks, because then you don't feel like shit. You don't, you know, like you get behind, you go out in the street and you make these videos and you have real fun and you cultivate a real party, and then you just film it, and that's it, and it's genuine, and that way you can sleep at night and it doesn't feel like a scam. That would be my advice for sure. And there's a billion different ways to find what that means, but yeah.
Yeah, and people want to really like relate to the other people in the band, especially in the internet age where the connectivity is instant, and they want to feel like maybe that, not so much that they know you, but that you're one of them, and the playing field is kind of level there. So showing that personality and all that stuff is really important.
For sure. And I'm going to do something a little unprofessional right now. Our drummer just showed up. Can we throw him in the interview, mid-interview?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Alan, come in here. Yeah, this is Alan, our drummer, and this is Joe.
Yep.
Joe, yes. And okay, now we got the three of us. Sorry, say what you said one more time. I'm listening.
It's all good. Silly Goose is about spontaneity, so this is it. This
Yes,
is it
this
in
is
action.
Silly Goose at its core.
So, of course, like the viral content and things like that is important, but the main thing is that you don't want to be known as just that band, as like a joke, I guess, for lack of a better
Right,
word,
for sure.
or
A gimmick.
Yeah, or the
Yeah.
bands that start off of they're covering pop songs and things like that, but then you
Right.
got to work your way to the original music and get people to take it seriously.
For sure. It's definitely important. I mean, you got to have the music to back it up. I mean, because I go and see bands that I love, not because of I will go and see them because I like them as people, or there are certain bands where I'm like attached to like someone in the band, like I don't know, but like the ultimate thing that's gonna like get people to come to the show is when the music is there to back it up, and there's because I can just say so many bands like that I grew up listening to that like their music had an impact on me, like a strong impact, and I feel like everybody has bands like that. But that's what sells tickets, and that's what keeps people coming to the show. So like the guerrilla type of stuff is awesome, and we love it, and it's outside the box. But that's just the first step of like to get the world to listen. Like, hey, we're here, and now like this is really Silly Goose. Like this is the music. This is what's up.
So since Alan just joined us, I do want to ask you a little bit about the guerrilla shows. How on earth do you set up and tear down a drum kit that fast to get out of there before the cops show up?
Oh, well, we've had several different plots, so it kind of depends. The most recent one, which looks maybe the coolest, is on top of our van. We have like a rack. But that's the slowest way to set up. So we set up like a corner or a block away, the stands and everything, the drums on top with some of the amps and PAs.
We put like everything on top of the van, and there's a generator up there, and the drums are already set up. So then we could just when we would do these shows, we could just pull up outside of the venue, and because the venue doesn't always like it, they don't always approve. So it's we could just start playing before they have an opportunity to stop us. But yeah, the drums were the big obstacle at first.
So when you're making a getaway, it's a pretty obvious tell of that's the van that we're looking for, right? When
there is no getaway. It's just, oh, you got us. Oh, we can't play anymore? Okay, fine, I guess.
So since we are at Sonic Temple, I do want to talk about the festival experience at another Danny Wimmer Fest that you had, Incarceration. And you got magically added to a bill. How did you manage to pull that off?
Yeah, so that was one of the first times that we did these types of shows, and we just kind of pulled up into the parking lot at Inc. And we pulled up into the orange lot was the name of the parking lot, and we just snuck in there. We weren't supposed to be there, and then Danny came out and saw us, and then put us on the festival the next day. And that was kind of the beginning of our relationship with DWP. And then it died down for a while. We got Louder Than Life after that, and I think they were moving on. And then we had the Subway video go viral, and then we got added to the next one. And now I think we're in at this point. I feel pretty firmly we're in. But yeah, we love DWP and playing these festivals.
So now that you're kind of climbing the mountain a little bit and getting more attention, more success, obviously what you did in the early days worked. What's the next step from here? Obviously, you're not going to be playing parking lots and Wendy's forever, right?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, the DIY mentality of Silly Goose is always going to be here, or the thinking outside of the box or doing things that other bands don't do. That's always going to be a part of who we are. And because ultimately we're in this to have fun and just have a good time, and to work hard and get somewhere. So where I'm going with that is we might always do things a little bit differently, but we feel like we've got the world or a lot of people's attention now, and now it's we put out a new EP, and we've got a record coming, and we're just putting our money where our mouth is, trying to put out the best music we can, and prove hey, we're a real band, not just the band you saw out here. And I think it's working for sure. I mean, we did a headline tour back in January. Half the show sold out, and we put out an EP called Bad Behavior EP, and the song. I think it slams. I might be biased, but I see people coming to the shows and they know the words. And then we got a new record called Keys to the City. So yeah, just new music. The best we can be is the direction. So I gave you a long answer there.
No, that's good. So what's the goal with the album? Are you looking for label support, distribution, or are you still pursuing a lot of the DIY methods?
For sure, yeah. Like I said, like Silly Goose is always going to be like a DIY band at heart. We are signed to a label called Blue Grape, and they are super cool. Yeah, we're really stoked on the new record, and we don't think like it would be nearly as cool if they weren't a part of it. We also got to work with one of our dream producers on this new record. We worked with Josh Wilbur, who worked on like Korn and Lamb of God, and a lot of big names. And we were kind of like, we went in there thinking like, oh, like this is a really big, high profile dude. Like say he's an asshole, or like we were kind of nervous. One of the most chill, down to earth dudes, and it was just like a great experience. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, as far as just like new bands and trying to make waves and get attention and things like that, it shows like really where this can lead to. It can lead to a very real place and basically kind of the same end game of what a lot of bands have. But you started off quite a bit different in breaking the mold.
Right.
And,
Thank you.
So I gotta know, what's the most trouble you guys have ever been in for the band and some of the stunts that you've pulled?
I had to appear in court one time in Atlanta. Sorry, I just had like a huge meal and I'm having a little indigestion. I had to appear in court because we got like a sound complaint or noise violation because we were playing outside this like apartment complex late at night because there was like a music venue right next to the apartment complex. And I had to like go to court and like talk to a judge and like pay like a lot of money that I didn't have. When else? I don't know if we can tell that other story. When else have we gotten in trouble? We have stories. The problem is we just can't talk about them.
It'd be a little incriminating, right?
But no, I'd say the playing going to court would probably be the most trouble.
Yeah, that's serious.
I mean, which isn't that bad. So more bands should take the leap. Because the consequences, like you don't really get arrested. The cops pull up to stop the show, and you just say yes, sir, and then pack up and leave. And if you're lucky, you can sell merch.
And it's not like when you join a band, they're like, "Have you had any prior convictions, any federal charges?" There's nothing like that. You
but
gotta
also,
fill out for...
to the people at home, think outside the box with your band, but don't steal our idea. Playing outside is our fucking shit, and you can fuck off if you're gonna take it.
Silly Goose, everybody.